So here at Geography Now, I like to pride myself on knowing that I've spent 10 years trying my best to answer the questions of the obscure, underdocumented, unknown regions of the Earth and explaining it to you guys. But this question has been sitting with me for a while now. Why is there a random Hungarian grocery store in the middle of the Saharan desert? Let's have a Geography talk. Hey Geography peeps, oh you're probably wondering what is this thing that I'm wearing? Oh it's a Geography Now drawstring bag. Oh yeah, you can get these at geographynow.com. Oh my goodness, and what is this inside of the drawstring bag? It's a Geography Now mug. We got a lot of merch that you guys can get at the store geographynow.com. Wear the merch, drink the merch, gym bag the merch, whatever you want. I don't care, it's your life. Anyway, so if you're like me, occasionally you go places, and if you need directions, 9 times out of 10 you're probably going to use some kind of map app on your phone. And today, it's no shocker, Google Maps is the most widely used map GPS system on most devices. That being said, Google Maps has its quirks. So Google Maps has like 3 different viewing formats. You can go to the whole globe and then zoom in on an aerial view of a certain location. You can also toggle between like satellite view and political map view, whatever you want. And then there's Google Street View, common knowledge. I'm not revealing anything you guys don't already know. And today there are about 10 million miles or 16 million kilometers of road that have been documented on Google Street View in 83 countries. That's quite a lot. That being said, there's still a lot of places that haven't been documented by Google Street View. This could be because a lot of the countries don't allow them to come in, they have restricted access, or it's complicated to actually get a Google Street View car or even a Google Street View trekker, the people that wear those like things with the 3D cameras and they walk in the areas that don't have road access, whatever. Not every country has a Google Street View, but this is the map of everything that they have documented and it covers quite a fair amount of the world. So that being said, what is the third option of viewing on Google Maps? So here's the deal. Google Maps, like a lot of other GPS map systems, allows a degree of user interaction and participation. Kind of like Wikipedia, you know, where people can just like come in and change up the articles and troll around, which is kind of messed up, but I mean, hey, it's a thing. What are you gonna do? And just like Wikipedia, on Google Maps, you can take pictures or videos and tag them to certain locations that you've been for public viewership. And remember I said a lot of the world hasn't been covered by Google Street View? This third option is kind of like an alternative to kind of help out with those obscure places that don't have Google Street View access. Because this is where Google kind of like leaves it in the hands of the users. Google's like, okay, your turn. So in order to look at Street View, you have to, you know, drag that little yellow man onto the map. And if there's like a blue street, you can like drop him wherever you want, right? But then every so often you'll notice there's like these little blue circles, little blue bubble things that just kind of pop up everywhere. And then if you drop the man on those little blue bubbles, you'll be able to experience the location of that bubble with a 360 view, but you are stationary in one spot and you cannot move forward or sideways or anything. You're stationary, stuck in one spot. Like imagine if your feet were stuck in cement and you could look all the way around, but you couldn't take a step. That is called a photosphere on Google Maps. These little photospheres serve as like a sort of mini glimpse into the location that they are tagged under so that you can kind of look around but without the freedom to explore on your own. And Google has made a lot of these photospheres. However, here's the issue. A lot of these photospheres are also user submitted. So the thing is, if you have a 360 camera, you could potentially be like your own Google Maps and submit your photosphere on Google Maps. You never quite know what you're going to get with these photospheres. Like, is it going to be user made or is it going to be Google made? You know, it's a complete game of roulette. And if you're in Russia, it's Russian roulette. That was really bad. So inith sucheth, with all of that in mind, you guys know that I'm a curious guy. I like to explore the underdocumented, obscure regions of the world. And if you look at the map of everything that has been documented by Google Maps, one of the most empty spots seems to be the Sahara, which was great for me because right now Chad is my #1 travel destination. I really want to see parts of it. It's just fascinating. There's so much to explain. But right now Chad is one of the countries that does not have any Google Street View. But if you zoom in, Chad has quite a few photospheres. So you get something with a ground level view. So I was like, great, let's see what it looks like. So I go to the capital, N'Djamena. You know, I dragged a little yellow guy on some of the photospheres and I'm like, cool, look at that. There's a monument, there's a guy, there's a statue, there's a church, there's a blah, blah, blah. There's a whole thing going on. This looks amazing. Wow, that's what N'Djamena looks like. But see, the thing that really entices me the most about Chad is the northern Tibesti Mountains, which is actually an extinct volcanic lava field, but yeah. So you zoom in in on the Tibesti Mountains and I'm like, whoa, there's some photospheres here. I was like, great, because this is such a far off, remote, difficult to access place. Of course, there's not going to be any Google Street View. There's no streets here. It's all like, you have to rent out like a 4-wheel drive Jeep to drive like a day and a half out there, and it's so crazy and remote. Only like nomadic peoples that live in the sand and are adapted to the hot weather are able to even exist out here. There's no major cities. It's just deadly Saharan desert. So when I found out that there were photospheres, I was like, whoa, cool. There's probably been some tourists that have like gotten a 360 camera and they got some views of this place. I can't wait to see what it looks like on the ground level. The Tibesti Mountains, that's awesome. So what did I do? I grabbed the yellow man and I dropped him on the map. And yeah, this is what happens when you do it. What the f*** is that? Why is there like a bar, some random bar with like a telephone booth and like green trees? Like, this is not Chad. This is not the Saharan desert with an extinct volcanic lava field. Like, this is so weird. It makes no sense. Why is this in the middle of the Sahara? So I figured, okay, this maybe it was a glitch. Maybe there was a problem. Something happened. Blah blah blah. Maybe that was a glitch. So I'm like, okay, that was maybe one problem. But let's zoom in and drop the yellow man on somewhere else. Oh, the Emikusi. That's the tallest mountain in Chad. I would love to see Emikusi, the tallest mountain. So drop the yellow man. What is this? It looks like it's a room for like a cancer patient. This makes no sense. Why is this the tallest mountain in Chad, Emikusi? So I kept clicking around because I wanted to see what the Sahara looked like, you know, at a ground level view. And it turns out the majority of these photospheres, at least in the Sahara region, are not even related to the places that they are pinpointed on. Click around, you guys explore. Go to Google Maps and explore for yourself. It's crazy. Like, you have some random hair salon. You have a small auto repair shop, a dog food store, something that looks like a classroom, and a bunch of like random empty rooms from like hotels or something. They're like places where you would hold somebody hostage. I don't know what's going on. So I was like, okay, this is kind of weird and messed up. Let's investigate. What even are these places? Because these are real places, but I'm curious, where exactly even are they in the world? So I was just like, you know what? Let's play some accidental Geoguesser. For those who don't know, Geoguesser is like a game where they drop you off in a random place in the world and you have to figure out where you are by just looking at the clues around you. So for these photospheres, it's actually really easy. For most of them, all you have to do is just click on the title that is attached to the photosphere. It's like in the upper left corner. And from there, it'll give you the biggest clue. So let me show you some of the funniest ones I discovered. Let's start with the very first one, the one that I found in Chad. Okay, so let's zoom in, okay. It was in the Auzu Strip, which, by the way, the Auzu Strip is disputed with Libya up north, but that's a whole other thing. I put it in my Chad video, yeah. Anyway, let's put this guy at the very northern spot of the Auzu Strip area. This guy right here, okay. Let's go back to that random bar. What is this bar? Why is it even here at all? Well, if you look here at the upper left corner, it says Santa Cecilia Boutiquim. Let's copy, let's put that in the search bar. Oh, something pops up. It's this place. And apparently it is in the middle of Brazil. No idea why that's tagged for the Tibesti Mountains in Chad. Now let's move on to the next country, Niger, right next door. Niger has some really hilarious ones. Let's go to this one right here, the furthest northern one. Oh, what do we got here? This is a random grocery store. And look outside, it's like all lush and green. And yeah, if you look really close, you can see the language right here. I figured out that this was Hungarian, and also a clue here. You can see the currency, 219 FT, that's forint, that's the currency of Hungary. And you can just see all the Hungarian language here. So there is a random Hungarian grocery store in the middle of the Saharan desert in Niger. Here's the weird thing though. He writes the name of the grocery store, and then you paste it in the maps, so it brings you to Hungary. Now look at this. You click on the side, there's the photo of the grocery store. It looks just like the thing that we just saw. You put in Street View, and it looks like it's just a house. It doesn't look like a grocery store. So you grab the little man. Let's look at this grocery store. It doesn't exist. There is no grocery store. So whatever the guy wrote isn't even the location of the grocery store. If I had time, I guess maybe I could actually find the location of the grocery store, but I don't care. I don't know. Geo Rainbolt, I'm pretty sure you could do it in 3 seconds, but I don't have time. Let's move on. Now let's go on to Sudan. So here we are in Sudan. Okay, so let's grab the little yellow man. I don't know. Let's put him on some random photosphere right here. Okay. So look at this. Hotel Royal, so is this Sudan? I really don't think so. Look at this hotel. It's got all the flags on top. Yeah, and it's got a sign, Hotel Royal Salute. It's got a bunch of flags in the front. It's on a road. Okay. And, whoa, there's a guy holding the camera. Hey, I think his name is Vinod Kumar because it says that right here. I guess this is Vinod. So the address or the name of the place is not posted on this one. The name is just Vinod Kumar. However, you can use clues to figure this out. So look at this. You can see clearly here it says Hotel Royal Salute. That's our clue. Let's type that in. Hotel Royal Salute. This pops up. Okay. I guess they changed their name to Hotel White Lotus. It's in Rajasthan, in Ratnapur. And it's right on the border between Rajasthan and Gujarat. Ah, crazy. It's like a border hotel. Grab that little yellow guy, show the road view. Let's see if this matches what that guy holding the camera looked like. Oh! It says Hotel Royal Salute. Yeah, that's it. It's got the flags on top. It's got the flags in front. This is the Hotel Royal Salute. Although I think they took down the name Royal Salute because now it just says hotel and restaurant. So I guess that just kind of begs the question, why is all of this on Google Maps? Well, I have a theory. When people want to promote their businesses, especially if it's on like a public viewership platform thing like Google Maps, one of the best ways to do it, I guess, would be a photosphere because it's directly clickable on Google Maps. But the problem is, if your photosphere business promo is close to a bunch of other photospheres, especially in a heavily populated area, then it might not be easily clicked on by people looking for it. So the best way to make it stand out is to put it in the middle of some remote area that has nothing to do with anything, and then curious people wandering Google Maps will be like, what is this random photosphere in the middle of nowhere? I gotta see it. It's a good way to draw attention because it's the only one sole photosphere in the middle of nowhere. Of course people are gonna be curious and they're gonna click on it if it's not close to any other photospheres. That's my theory as to why a bunch of random businesses did this in the Sahara Desert. My other question is, Google Maps, I don't know what your protocol is on like misleading photospheres posted randomly across the maps that have nothing to do with the locations that they are pinpointed on. I don't know if you're cool with this type of thing. I don't know if you're not, but it's a little weird and a little confusing. I don't know. I just wanted to see the Tibesti Mountains and I was a little disappointed because apparently there was a Hungarian grocery store or whatever. I am pleasantly disappointed with this. I feel like I stumbled on something really funny and cool, but also disappointing and misleading. I'm a mixed bag of emotions. And whenever that happens, I just, eat my feelings. I need a pizza so bad right now. Anyway, that's my video. There's no moral to the story. It's just, I don't know, stay curious, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to get preachy, whatever. Stop watching this video. It's over. Stay cool. Stay tuned.